What's up, squad? I'm your co-host, Steve Carty.
And I'm Nicholas Robert Scopoletti.
And we're here, taking you to Pound Town.
It's a real place.
And it exists in our show.
In this room.
What's up, everybody? We have a great episode for you guys today, don't we?
It's okay.
It's probably going to suck.
It's mediocre at best.
Just turn this off right now. Got a great show for you today, everybody. We're going to talk about a couple different things. Couple different things.
Racist as fuck.
We're going to talk about World's Strongest Man. That just went down first week of May. Yeah, it was World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
That went down the first week of May, so we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit. We talk about the CrossFit Regionals, which are coming up this week.
Ooh.
First week of CrossFit Regionals 2018. And then we're going to talk about, a little bit too about what else is on the agenda. Oh yeah. Trying to achieve health versus trying to achieve athletic excellence or athletic performance, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about that today. Then we're going to talk a little bit about moving because both of us are moving. So
idiots.
First,
classic.
Start this thing off with a dad joke. Nick.
Oh man. Yes. What?
What did one butt cheek say to the other?
I don't know, Steven. Together,
we could prevent this shit. Quick announcements before we start here, everybody. Make sure you go to our YouTube page, subscribe to that. Go to our iTunes, our Stitcher, 5-star review, leave a comment, subscribe. Go to our Instagram. Make sure you... Oh, wait, no. Can't lead off with that one. Go to our Facebook, like our Facebook page. Go ahead, follow us on Twitter, then follow us on Instagram, then follow us to our green Jeep and black Camry.
Fuck, man.
And then go to our YouTube page and look at all the dope videos we have, guys. You could watch the video version of the show, or we have dope tutorials, bunch of different shit on some different things to do with different lifts. So make sure you go check that out.
Do it.
Anything else for announcements?
That's it.
All right, time to slide in. Send some news. This week's Send News is an article by, not an article by Dr. Andy Galpin, but a study that was reviewed by Dr. Andy Galpin, essentially. And the study was...
Guest of the show, former guest.
Former guest, hashtag maybe future guest. Andy, talking to you.
Definitely future guest.
Essentially, the title of the study is Cold Water Immersion After Training Effects on Fiber Type Specific Adaptations and...
Oh, boy.
This is just stupid to try to read as a title. It's essentially a study talking about how cold water immersion post high intensity exercise or weight training is not going to block your gains, yo. So you're good. So we're going to link that study. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to link it in the show notes. We'll also post it on our social media if we remember. Anything else before we start?
We'll see. No.
Will Smith. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Want more of the Strength Squad? You can check out all of our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Also, check us out on YouTube, where you can watch all of your favorite Strength Squad videos. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on iTunes and Stitcher.
Stitcher? I just met her. We would like to thank our friends at Plant Warrior Protein, official sponsor of the Strength Squad podcast. Plant Warrior plant-based protein is easier on your stomach and contains a complete amino acid profile that helps you grow, maintain, and repair your muscles. It gives you 18 grams of protein per serving, and it's made from a blend of rice, pea, and hemp. Plant Warrior pledges to plant one tree for every item you purchase at their online store. Head over to plantwarrior.co, that's plantwarrior.co, and use the promo code STRENGTH10 to get 10% off of your purchase. That's promo code STRENGTH10 10 for 10% off of any Plant Warrior purchase. What's up, crew? We're back. We're here today doing things a little different. We kind of just have like an agenda of topics we want to go over.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit we wanted to cover.
Yeah. So not the usual one topic, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We're going to go through some different stuff, all right? Just because there's a couple things going on in strength this week and last week, kind of in the beginning of May here. That's pretty important. We got
May.
First thing, World's Strongest Man. Right,
Oh.
so World's Strongest Man 2018 just happened,
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
that was where?
Philippines, Manila.
Manila in the Philippines, the thrill in Manila. So that went down May 7th, like that weekend of May 7th, I believe. And last year's champion, Eddie Hall, who killed it, dope documentary on Netflix, didn't compete this year. This year's winner, though, was Thor.
Yeah.
So
the
Thor-
Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yep. He won it this year, won it all. And that was his first World's Strongest Man. But he's definitely won a bunch of other shit before, too, especially this year. So this year, like, this dude won...
Arnold?
This dude won at the Arnold. He won the Arnold Strongman Classic. He won Europe's Strongest Man, and he just won World's Strongest Man.
It's pretty strong.
So Thor's fucking killing it, and he's in Game of Thrones, and he's got a tiny hot girlfriend and cool tattoos.
She's probably normal size. He's just fucking...
yeah, yeah, it's all scale.
Yeah.
But so that event was dope. Just kind of recapping that. Thor finished first. Second was a guy by the name of
Can't pronounce these Polish.
Yeah, it's really tough to
if
pronounce.
I tried to read it out loud, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, and then third.
Miskinus.
And second place, I'll get you the name in a sec. I just don't want to like butcher his pronunciation. But third place was Brian Shaw from the U.S.
Woo!
Who we'll see him up there. We'll see him up there in the standings. I like it, Brian Shaw,
Always.
the beast. But yeah, so second place was fucking A. Mateusz Kieliszkowski.
There you go.
Yeah, so those were the top three from World's Strongest Man this year. Did you catch any of the highlights or anything?
I did not. I just saw our boy, former guest Rob Kearney was posting because he was there. He was competing.
Oh yeah,
He was competing.
How'd he do?
I don't know. I don't know how he did. There, I'm searched the internet and all I see is fucking the top three.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
top,
I don't know
yeah.
how Rob did.
All right, I'm gonna look into that real quick here for you, Rob.
Yeah, I can't fucking piss me off because I want to know how he did. I couldn't find it for some reason. It's making me mad.
Yeah, I didn't watch it when it actually happens, but I saw some highlights. I watched the deadlift showdown between Kieliszkowski and Thor. They're deadlifting some Jeeps.
Totally.
Just deadlifting
That's what
Jeeps.
Steve and I are about to do when we leave here.
That's what I got to do when I get a fucking flat tire on mine.
Which is every week.
Deadlift my Jeep. I saw that, and then I saw Thor press fucking 400 plus pounds over his head.
Sorry.
That was pretty insane.
Rob Kearney pressed 770 something.
That's fucking insane to me, man.
Was his best?
That's insane to me. 400 pounds over your head. That's pretty nuts. So yeah, pretty big weekend in strongman. That's pretty cool. And I guess what I was reading too was the way strongman works is like it's not going to be. You're not going to see it until it airs in June on CBS. So pretty much everything you see online now from 2018 World's Strongest Man is going to be like from people's iPhones, essentially. Like there's no official media coverage of it until it actually airs on CBS. So essentially they pre-record it. It happened. The results are in. Everyone knows what happened, but it's going to air in June, which is a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it pays off. It's like, wonder how this one ends. But yeah, so as far as like official coverage, not going to have too much of that yet, but still have the good old iPhone coverage from everybody.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Thanks, Obama.
Whoa. That was a close one.
Next on our agenda here, CrossFit Regionals
Boo.
2018.
Kidding.
For all the CrossFitters out there. And for all the other strength athletes who love CrossFit on our
Steve's
show.
competing in the youth women's division.
Youth women's, dude. You can take it this year. Fucking
Fuck you, Stacy.
Brittany, I'm coming after you.
I don't care if your dad's a judge.
Can you look up the fucking World's Strongest Man thing? I just want to see where Rob finished. Rob Kearney. # former guest.
I'm going to look at his Instagram because I feel like that might give us more
True.
info
But
than the stupid internet.
yeah, so CrossFit Regionals coming up. The first weekend of CrossFit Regionals is this weekend. There's going to be 3 weekends of CrossFit Regionals. This weekend is the first of the third. And how they essentially divvy it up is they divide it up by region essentially. So like this weekend, the regions that are going to be competing in regionals are going to be the Eastern region, the Southern region, and the Europe region. So that's going to be who's competing this weekend. So you're looking at like your Matt Frasers, your Patrick Vellners, your Katrin Davis daughters, all pretty much in the East region. So you're going to see all them this weekend. I'm pumped about it, man. These workouts look dope. So like the first day, first event, where are we at here? Yeah. So the 333 doesn't look fun. That looks like shit. First event for individuals, 3,000 meter row, 300 double unders, and then a 3-mile run. 49-minute cap. So this is like the longest event in regionals, I believe, in history. So we're looking at almost an hour. I'm not super pumped about that one. That's, from like a spectator standpoint, that's terrible. That sucks. Like no one's going to watch that. I mean, who's going to sit through an hour of people like rowing and doing double unders and running? Like, don't think that's going to happen. But from a competitive standpoint, that's pretty dope because that's a gnarly ass workout and I'd love to try that. But then that second event, we got the bench press, baby. Bench press of regionals, baby. Bench
what's up,
press.
CrossFit? Welcome.
Let's go, dude. Getting our
guys
pecs
thought you were
swole.
so fucking cool.
Getting our pecs swole at regionals, baby. So the workout is Linda. And that's officially 10-9. The rep scheme is 10-9, 8-7-6, 5-4, 3-2-1 reps of deadlifts at 295, bench press at 195, squat cleans at 145. So that's pretty intense. So essentially you do 10 of each of those, 9 of each of those, 8 of each of those, etc. until you get to one.
Damn, it's like full powerlifting meet.
17-minute time cap, right? Isn't that nuts? I mean, minus it's not going to be anyone's 1 rep max.
No, but all
still.
those reps.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. What do you think about it? Would you do that workout?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like...
It's like the only one
I think that looks like a fun one. And it looks like it's relatively short too, like a 15-minute
Give me like,
banger,
yeah,
so.
the fucking where it's like row and run. I'm out. Don't want to fucking talk about it.
But yeah, I'm excited about the East Regional this year. I think 2 reasons from the women's sides. Big year for Katrin, right? I feel like this is going to be a pretty crucial year for this chick. She won it, didn't win last year. I don't know if she did as well as like people are expecting her to last year, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. Like, it happens with athletes, especially CrossFit Games athletes. Like, it don't matter. She can come back and win it this year. But I think it's just like it's going to be a big year for her. If she wins again, she's back in the conversation of like, holy shit, this is like probably the best female CrossFitter of all time.
Right.
But say like Tia wins, then the conversation shifts from Katrin being like the GOAT to, oh shit, Tia and Katrin both have 2 and 2. Like, now the race is going to begin. So I'm personally hoping that Tia Claire Toomey wins this year, because then it would be 2 for Katrin, 2 for Tia Claire, and then from there it's going to be like, all right, now it's going to be a race to see who's the best. Like fucking MJ and LeBron. The women's side is so much more interesting. For those of you who don't like follow CrossFit, and don't really
I'll give you 3 guesses who's going to win the men's side this year.
Yeah, it's like the women's side is way more interesting. The guys' side fucking sucks at the games because Matt Fraser destroys everybody. Not just beats at like
no, it's not like
destroys.
It's not
everybody.
like he's 40 points ahead. He's like 250 points ahead.
Like,
and there's like
at the end of this,
and there's like a few events left, and you're like, why am I even?
Yeah, no point in watching.
But the girls, it's till the like. I mean,
but the women is like fucking.
Was it last year? It was like
slugfest.
It was Kara
Dude,
Webb.
It was like a 3-way.
Second.
Cara Webb, Tia Claire Toomey, Katrin, or no, not Katrin, but it was Cara Webb, Tia Claire, and it was just like fucking jabbing until the finish, and it was so dope.
Yeah, it was like a couple seconds.
Yeah. And there's controversy. Meanwhile, on the men's side, it's like Matt Fraser's like, I don't have to do these last 3 workouts, right? Because he literally can like do the minimum work required in the workout. I think the last workout last year, minimum requirement, and he was still, he's still taking first. So that's pretty crazy.
Freaking nature.
So I think he's the clear favorite. I'm not going to go, obviously not choosing like some crazy weird, like some super deep insight. Like, it's pretty simple. Matt Fraser's probably going to win the East.
Yep.
The only dude who poses a threat is Patrick Vellner, who actually isn't too far off. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's important for Matt Fraser to win regionals. I know his take on the Open is like, it's kind of just in his way. I don't know his take on regional. I mean, I know like he's going to fucking make it to the games, but I don't know. It's like, I think finishing first is probably important there. So he'll probably win that. Because that dude is like, I mean, dude, he's made it up he's the type of dude, like he's made it up in his mind that he's going to win and be the best every single year that he competes. And now that it's rolling, like no one's going to beat this fucking dude.
Nope.
Like the way this dude trains, his dedication, like his.
No one is.
I was listening to the CrossFit podcast with him. This dude isn't like there's a reason you don't like hear a lot about Matt Fraser, but he's not like, he could be like the biggest celebrity in the history of CrossFit, and he's like not really.
He's chilling in Vermont and just shooting
dude,
guns.
He spends 9 months isolated in Vermont training in his fucking basement with no distractions. I mean, that's some shit, yo.
It's like some Rocky IV
That's some shit. That's some shit. Which kind of segues us into our next point here. This is a good segue. Good segue, Steve.
Good job, Steve.
So the next thing on the agenda here, Nick and I wanted to talk about the difference between achieving health and the difference between achieving performance, or the highest level of performance, or the most success you could experience as an athlete. Those are way two different things. All right, so we kind of want to dive into that. So talk about that a little, Nick. Talk about what we're talking about here.
So this kind of came up last night. I was
with Nick's new girlfriend, Aline.
Aline
Dion.
I was watching Joe Rogan's podcast with Louis Simmons on it, which I've watched before, but I was kind of like, I want to watch this again. So I was watching it, and of course, my girlfriend comes sits next to me as soon as they're talking about steroids, and you hear Louis Simmons like talking about. He's like, well, Joe Rogan's making points about whatever, just health issues, and like, couldn't this shut down a young man's testosterone, and like, why, health it, and Lou is basically like, so what? But and then girlfriend looks at me and goes, I don't know, like if he's, and I go, listen, this is like, she does CrossFit, she teaches spin, she's been in the fitness industry, she knows this stuff, right? Like, I go, this guy, he is not about health and longevity. He passes out because he's lifted so hard. His fucking spine is fused together pretty much. And if he lifts too heavy, he passes out. That is a guy, that's the most extreme. It's not in the fucking realm of what we're talking about with general fitness. And I said, you got to understand, and Steve made a great point. It's like, dude, like, you got to understand that about Louis Simmons. Right? At the top of any of these sports, and we'll get into all
any
of
sport,
them.
not even just Louis Simmons,
bodybuilding, CrossFit. Everyone sees those guys, right? The CrossFit guys or girls. And they go, I want to look like that. It's like, you know what the fuck that takes? Do you know, like, what? Like, talk to, like, a guy like Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia. For 12 years, he didn't go out to dinner. He didn't go out. No social life. Trying to be the best bodybuilder in the fucking world. You don't have, it's completely different. If you're trying to lift the most weights, you're trying to be the strongest person in the world, you think your health is going to be good? No. There's just, people get this confused, and, they think of fitness like, I powerlift, I deadlift and squat. Good. Everyone should be doing those things. Everyone should be strong for them and do what works for them and fucking hammer that shit and be healthy and fit and have longevity. But at the higher ends of the sport, that's not their fucking concern.
Yeah, and I think where we get in trouble is where we use these high-level athletes as like the representation of health in our country. Like, for example, we look at guys like dudes who do powerlifting or dudes who do even CrossFit or dudes in the NFL, right?
Yeah, exactly. That too.
And we look at these dudes like...
Or any professional sport.
Like, oh, these powerlifters, yeah, they're strong, but they take all those steroids. Or like a baseball player, yeah, but they take all those steroids. And it's like, they're not the representation of what like just a regular healthy life should be. They're the representation of like what you were saying, what it takes to achieve the highest level, the pinnacle of success in your athletic field. And that ain't got nothing to do with health, Like we were just talking, guys like Matt Fraser, guy isolates himself for 9 months just training. I mean, that's not something you tell like a fucking someone who's trying to lose weight to do. You know what I mean? It's just not the same thing.
A dad of 3 who has a 9-to-5 job. He's not doing that.
Dude, stop talking to your fucking family. Stop talking to your friends. Don't ever socialize and train 3 times a day.
Why are you taking your wife to dinner, you asshole?
And it's just different, right? And the same with powerlifting, same with Westside. Someone who walks into a gym who's like, I want to lose 20 pounds and be healthier. You're not going to give them the same advice as someone who walks into Westside and is like, I want to be the best powerlifter who ever lived.
Right.
Because someone who's just trying to lose weight and be healthy, it includes sleep is the most important thing. Nutrition is the most important thing. Make sure you get plenty of all those. Stress relief is super important, which includes like being social, having good relationships with your family and friends, and then training properly, right? That's what those things include. When it comes to, hey, I want to be the best athlete in XYZ sport ever, all those fucking things are important, but like a lot of that shit goes out the window too.
No,
you know, like
it's gone.
Specifically for a powerlifter, you talk about nutrition. You know, you're not going to put a powerlifter on the same nutritional plan as someone who is just trying to be healthy, right? You're going to say, hey, powerlifter, you need to eat as much and as many things as you can throughout the course of a day.
Yeah.
Shove shit in your mouth, just get big and strong. This isn't about like, hey, is this safe for my heart? Is this safe for my head? Like, this is what you're signing up for. You know, you know what it takes, and this is what these athletes are signing up for. So we need to stop making them the image or the picture of like what health should be, right? Because yes, they're in the quote unquote fitness realm, but just because they're in the fitness realm doesn't mean they're in the health business, right? They're trying to be the best of their sport. That's it. Bottom line.
Like, yeah. So like I was telling him, I'm getting on ramp to go to a new job at Equinox, and I brought up West Side and their methods, and people's reaction is like, well, those guys are on steroids. I'm like, right. But like the shit works, like the programming works. Like, for example, let's Steve and I go to West Side right now. They say we fucking start juicing. Say we don't. We're not touching those dudes' weights. Steve and I think it's pretty safe to say we'll never squat 1,000 pounds ever.
Don't ever want to.
Nope.
Never
even hit 500. Like,
no, thank you. No, thank you, Obama.
There's just different people in this world, man. Like, you can't compare yourself to that shit. And I get caught up in it too, and I get it. But yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, like again, when you talked about guys playing in the NFL, like, is that safe? Is the NFL safe? Like, are these guys like, what's the average career? 3 years?
Yeah. I mean, it's
not safe, but like, it's what they do. It's what they want to do. They're adults. They're grown men. They make these decisions. And even to like the strongman, right? So Stan Efferding does Brian Shaw and Haptor's nutrition. And it's a different, he has them just like when Stan was competing. And Stan is kind of the guy I've got this from, is he's like, listen, when I was trying to be a bodybuilder and I was training twice a day, he lived in a hotel room for 12 weeks and would train with Flex Wheeler and would train twice a day. He would go, eat, wake up, train, come back, sleep, eat again. But he had the resources to do it. He goes, I understand this isn't real life. Like, that's not real life what I was doing. I had the ability to go do that shit. And so now he's doing Haptor and Brian Shaw's nutrition, giving them more like, these guys eat pounds of ground beef a day and just fucking cups of rice all day. Like, it's a different, like, oh, well, isn't rice bad for you? It's like, listen, when you're fucking 6'9" and 400 pounds and you deadlift 1,000 pounds and you gotta do all this shit and you're lifting cars over a 4-day period, doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, they get blood work done and all that shit, and they, it's good. They have someone watching their back because they have to, because they're pushing it. Even Dorian Yates got blood work done. He competed for 12 years. Got blood work done every month. You know what I mean? Because he knew, he knew what he was doing was not, but he wanted to be the best in the world. And he even says, like, guys that take steroids that don't compete, he goes, I don't understand. Like, unless you're trying to be the best in the world, why would you risk that? So very, very different than whatever the fuck we were talking about.
Well, yeah, it's different. Achieving a performance is different than achieving health. Two different things.
Way different. Way fucking different.
Yeah, so that's good. So what's next on our agenda here? We want to talk about moving. Both of your boys are moving, and we want to talk about how we feel about it. So this guy, where are you moving?
Back to good old Monroe.
Back to Monroe. The studio you see behind us is going to be no more.
That was my apartment. I got about 2 weeks left here. Got a new job, new opportunity, another new job, but it was way too good to turn down.
Can't.
I really could. I would have been an idiot if I turned it down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll start, day one is June 1st, our grand opening. But up until then, I just have a bunch of, meetings and things we got to do. And I'm just looking forward to this opportunity, to believe it or not. They take care of their people there. The money's good. And, the biggest thing why we started, I think one of the reasons why we started this podcast was just to educate other people and educate ourselves, especially. This is definitely a little bit of a selfish thing. We get to talk to some of the smartest people in training. So Equinox, they value education. We just did a whole 6-week courses of just like on-ramping everyone. They're teaching everyone like kinesiology and the FMS and programming by Joel Jameson for conditioning. Like they're doing what you're supposed to do. You take it from the best in the world and teach it to your people. I couldn't be happier to be a part of this organization. So I'll be moving home for a hot second, save some dough, and I'm getting the out.
About to move in with his new girlfriend.
Whoa.
So how do you
My new girlfriend, Steve Cardi.
How do you feel about moving? Like, what are your leaving Hartford, you got the apartment, going back home? Like, what are the feelings?
I mean, like, literally, I'm excited about everything. The only thing is I just honestly don't want to live home for however long.
Classic.
2-3 months.
That's not that bad, though. There's an end in sight, at least.
Right. That's the thing that's keeping me sane.
You gonna miss this apartment?
Of course.
Same. Miss it every day.
But I also like living in Monroe is like pretty. I'll need it. I'm gonna be busy as hell when this place opens.
That's a good point. Yeah, so true. You're literally gonna have nothing else to do.
It helps me. It honestly helps.
I'm from
me
Monroe as
focus.
well, and I will tell you, there's not gonna be anything else for him to do.
But
focus on his new job.
Not one thing.
And if he wants to go there, it's gonna take him at least 25 to 30 minutes to get there.
Literally, dude, isn't it sad?
Yo, when are you gonna get here? Like 25, 30. Like, you're down the street. It's a long street.
That's our town, man. That's our town. If you want to leave the town, 30 minutes to get anywhere that matters.
Oh yeah,
minimum. Anywhere that has civilization.
Yeah,
even across towns like 15, 20.
Oh yeah, easily.
From high school to your house, how long? Massac to
Dude, that was like 30 to 35 minutes every morning
because of the traffic. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, not even the traffic.
Back roads, back roads, like school buses and shit.
Yeah. On a long day, it was like 35 to 40, and that's in the same town.
I was lucky. I was right around the corner. But like, I know what you mean. I remember like moving across town. I'm like, it's just across town. It's like, yo, fucking Monroe's big.
I remember once when I was in high school, young kid in high school, I got into a fight with my dad. We got into a little scuffle, and I didn't drive at the time. I got so pissed. I was like, fuck this. I'm leaving. Like, not like running away from home, but I'm like, I needed to go somewhere, but I didn't drive. So I wasn't going to be like, Mom, could you just drive me aimlessly somewhere? I was like, I'm leaving. I guess I'm walking. I'm going to go to my friend's house who lived on the other side of town. And I started, I was like, all right, this will take maybe like an hour or two. I got an hour in and I got like down the street from my house. And I was like,
did you get to like where Walgreens is maybe?
Like where like Country Pizza is. And that took forever.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I called my buddy. I was like, yo, dude, can you get your brother to come get me? That was like super dramatic, me like walking out like that, but now I need a ride.
I got to commit. It's going to take me 3 days. We're going to have to go back to school by the time I fucking get there.
Yeah, I'm moving too. Me and my significant other, Sarah, we're moving to Portland, Oregon, baby.
Oh! Cross country, this fucking bitch. I'm just moving to Connecticut.
Middle of September. Sarah got a dope job at a hospital out there. We kind of talked about it before. We were like, let's go somewhere. And we were like, all right, how can we do that? And this was a job she interviewed a couple years ago. So I was like, all right, let's re-explore that. So she interviewed, got the job. Congratulations, bae.
Congrats, Sarah. You're the best.
And we're going. Yeah, she's the successful one. She's got the job and the money, and she's killing it. And I host a podcast. So we all know how that's going right now.
Killing it.
But this will be, new beginnings. Headed out. Gonna go to Portland, Oregon. We're two little hipsters. We're gonna enjoy that nice little hipster area. We love it. We love nature.
Steve was made for that fucking place. You ever see Portlandia? Go watch Portlandia.
It's exactly like that show.
It's a documentary of Steve's life.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel good about new beginnings. I feel good about, where me and Sarah are going in life and just where I'm going in life. I think that living in a place like that is really going to help. But, it hit me the other day. I was standing outside CrossFit Hartford, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be here every day anymore. Yeah. I saw all the people I, first met when I first got there, and, being outside with the garage door open, doing class and lifting weights and all the nice people, you're kind of talking to them and you're like, fuck, this is some of the last couple times I'm going to talk to these people, at least on a daily basis. And so I was like, God damn, bro. Almost started crying. Because it's emotional shit, man.
Hasn't hit me yet, but
that's a great thing about
whether hit me when I'm home.
Listen, man, whether it be about the CrossFit gym you go to, or if you're a power lifter, the powerlifting gym or weightlifting gym, you guys know how it is, man. Lifting with these people who you consider, amazing friends / maybe even part of your family. I know CrossFit Hartford is an extension of family, and that's for most people who work out, in that super specific setting of just a powerlifting gym or just a CrossFit gym. It's all like-minded people doing like-minded things, and fuck, man, I'm gonna miss those motherfuckers.
Yeah, but there's CrossFit gyms everywhere.
Coming soon,
which is a good thing.
Anything else you want to fucking add to that? To moving?
Take as many opportunities as you can. I know it sounds like a little, but I'll be honest. So I moved up here in September, kind of get this podcast going, and be closer and actually be around people my age, and have fun and all that shit. But I look back this year and it was a growing year for sure. In so many ways. Take the opportunities and do shit. I'll be honest. I'll just spent a lot of money this year doing shit that I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. Going to Mexico, fucking going to the Arnold. And could I afford that? No.
Still can't.
Shit, still can't. Do you think that was oh, this is perfectly on budget, I could definitely do this? No. But I'll tell you what, if I had to do it all over again, I would do it immediately. Just taking opportunities to do whatever it may be. Don't stop taking opportunities. Even when, I heard about this new Equinox opening up, I'm talking to my friends and I'm like, yo, I just moved. And then they tell me what's involved and what the company does and all that. And I was like, I can't say no to that. I can't. Just take as many opportunities as possible. Whatever it may be, new adventure, new job, moving across country, leaving your best friend who's secretly in love with you.
And then murdering them in their sleep.
Perfect. But yeah, just fucking do it all. Who gives a shit, really?
All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up right there. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to close you out with a segment we call Gold, Silver, Bronze. Be right back. Want more of the Strength Squad? You can check out all of our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Also, check us out on YouTube, where you can watch all of your favorite Strength Squad videos. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on iTunes and Stitcher.
Stitcher? I just met her. We would like to thank our friends at Plant Warrior Protein, official sponsor of the Strength Squad podcast. Plant Warrior plant-based protein is easier on your stomach and contains a complete amino acid profile that helps you grow, maintain, and repair your muscles. It gives you 18 grams of protein per serving, and it's made from a blend of rice, pea, and hemp. Plant Warrior pledges to plant one tree for every item you purchase at their online store. Head over to plantwarrior.co, that's plantwarrior.co, and use the promo code STRENGTH10 to get 10% off of your purchase. That's promo code STRENGTH10 for 10% off of any Plant Warrior purchase. Welcome back, everybody. Before we wrap the show up here, we are going to close you out with a segment we called Gold, Silver, Bronze. And today, what's the topic, Nick? Break them down for them, motherfucker.
It is our top 3 gold, silver, bronze. I don't know why I said that, but
same thing.
Yeah, same shit. Songs that we're currently lifting to right now. Things we like to listen to in the gym. It's not all gangster rap and death metal.
Well,
depends. I don't know. Because I know you were in a big Frank Ocean phase for a while.
Did I ever leave it?
I don't know what you listen to now. I haven't been around. I don't know what you're into,
All right, so I'll start.
What we're gonna do.
gold, silver, bronze. Favorite songs to listen to while training. So my bronze will start off at number 3, per usual. My bronze. I'm gonna only go on bronze just because it's so new. But song by Post Malone from his new album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
That's what it's called?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think so, right? Yeah. Beer Bongs and Bentleys. His new album. It's pretty fucking dope. Great song to listen to is called Better Now by Post Malone. So I've been listening to, but that whole album in general, Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone is pretty dope. There's not one song on there that's not good. I like to listen to that when I train because I like to listen to stuff that's a little more like chill while I train. Ever so often will I go like super hardcore music. Yeah, that's my bronze.
Yeah, you gotta save that shit.
Silver. Been listening to a band called Riot 10. It's essentially hardcore. It's essentially hardcore dubstep. Yeah, it's pretty fucking aggressive. So,
oh boy,
my silver is Riot 10, and the song I've been listening to the most is Railbreaker. Ooh. Essentially, a song about going to like a hardcore dubstep EDM show and headbanging so hard that you break your neck and you break the rail at the concert.
Perfect.
That's pretty much what I've gotten from the plot of the song. And then my gold. So gold is always going to be Drake. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's never not going to be
this
Drake.
Might be one of mine. Let me see if I can switch it out.
So not nice for what? But
okay.
Look Alive is still one up there that just gets me hyped.
Look Alive.
Look Alive. Look Alive. I love Drake though. Anything Drake's always going to be gold for me. Because I started listening to him before everyone else. All right, now your turn.
Yeah, Steve starts everything, man. Every trend you've ever,
every trend you've ever done, everything you've ever liked, everywhere you've ever lived.
Steve did it first, fucking hipster. So my bronze, silver, gold for music that I listen to currently, probably right now, bronze would have to be "Nice for What" by Drake. I fucking love that song. It gets me hype as fuck. That would be my bronze. Number 2, it's going to be a weird one. It's Chris Brown. It's Hope You Do. It's a slow jam. It's pretty much, it gets me a little horny. I'm not going to lie. But like I just like the beginning and the way, I just love that song. If you're ever interested in it, it's good for the gym if you want some chill music and if you want to have sex with someone. So
while you work out,
or that's your work. I don't care.
Have sex with one of the guys you're training with.
Do whatever you want to do. And then number 1 right now, actually,
give it to him.
The other day, I don't know what it is about this song, but every time it comes on, what do you call it? It's What's My Name? Snoop Dogg. That from Doggy Style.
Oh, throwback.
Snoop Doggy. I put that on the other day. It was like just the beginning is like ting, 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 and then just good. And then I was good from there. Warm up went fast. Everything felt good.
There's nothing like that classic West Coast hip hop. Nothing like it.
Once that beat drops too, you're just like,
It's good stuff.
That's it.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our show today. Thanks so much for joining us. Again, we always appreciate you guys. We appreciate all your listens. We appreciate your follows, your views, everything, man. We love interacting with you guys, too. So keep sending messages. Keep writing reviews. We just love to hear what you guys have to think about the show. So
keep sending nudes.
Hasta la vista, and we'll see you next time. Deuces.
Carn asada.
Want more of the Strength Squad? You can check out all of our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Also, check us out on YouTube, where you can watch all of your favorite Strength Squad videos. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on iTunes and Stitcher.
Stitcher? I just met her. We would like to thank our friends at Plant Warrior Protein, official sponsor of the Strength Squad podcast. Plant Warrior plant-based protein is easier on your stomach and contains a complete amino acid profile that helps you grow, maintain, and repair your muscles. It gives you 18 grams of protein per serving, and it's made from a blend of rice, pea, and hemp. Plant Warrior pledges to plant 1 tree for every item you purchase at their online store. Head over to plantwarrior.co, that's plantwarrior.co, and use the promo code STRENGTH10 to get 10% off of your purchase. That's promo code STRENGTH10 for 10% off of any Plant Warrior purchase.